Hello mga ka-Isip Math, it's Marian Teacher Koy of Isip Math Tutorial. And for today's video, pag-usapan po natin ang ating Grade 8 Mathematics Quarter 2, Module 5. Okay, so Module 5 na po tayo. Tapos yung topic po natin ay Functions and Problems Involving Linear Functions. Pero bago pang lahat, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell para po lagi po kayong updated sa lahat ng mga bagong uploads po natin. Okay, so let's start. So ang ating learning competencies, the learner graphs and illustrates a linear function and its domain, range, table of values, intercepts, and slope. The learner solves problems involving linear functions. Tapos ang ating objectives, at the end of the lesson, the learner expected to graph linear functions using 2 points of the line, the x and y intercepts, slope and 1 point, and slope and y intercept, and solve word problems involving linear function. Okay, so for our lesson 1, we have here graphing linear function. Okay, so we have two methods in graphing linear function. First, we have this one, graphing linear functions using 2 points. Okay, so using 2 points. One method of graphing linear equation is using 2 points. In geometry, you learn that 2 points determine a line. Since the graph of the linear equation is a line, thus 2 points are enough to draw a graph of a linear equation. So we have here an example. So we have here the example, graph the function y is equal to 2x plus 1. So this is a linear function or linear equation. Diba? Napag-usapan po natin yan nung nakaraang module po natin. Diba? F of x is equal to mx plus b. Tapos yung f of x po natin, ibig sabihin na f of x ay simply just y. Okay, y is equal to mx plus b, or f of x is equal to mx plus b. F of x, di ba, function of x. Okay, so this is a linear function. Okay, y is equal to 2x plus 1. So we have to graph this one. Okay, so you may assign any 2 values of x. Okay, so 2 values of x. For example, we have this one. We have 0 and 1. Okay, so ang ating gagawin ay i-substitute natin yung value ni x, yung 0 at saka yung 1 sa ating function. Diba? So, by substitution, we have here, when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2x plus 1. Substitute natin yung value ni x na 0 sa ating x. So, nagiging y is equal to 2 times 0 plus 1. 2 times 0, that is 0. So, y is equal to 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 is simply as 1. So, therefore, when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. Okay, so for our next value ni x ay x is equal to 1. Substitute natin sa ating function na y is equal to x plus 1. So, nagiging y is equal to 2 times 1 plus 1. So, 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1. The result is 3. So, therefore, when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. So, the ordered pairs are 0 and 1. Tapos yung isa ay 1 and 3. So now, pwede na natin i-graph. Di ba? Okay. So since we have ordered pairs here, dalawang ordered pairs po natin. So it means dalawang points. So i-graph na natin sa ating Cartesian plane. So nagiging ganito. This means that the line passes through these points. After finding the ordered pairs of the 2 points, plot and connect them. Your output is the graph of the linear equation. Okay, so we have here, first ordered pair, we have 0, yung x natin, tapos yung y is 1. So, dito po siya. Tapos yung pangalawang ordered pair ay x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. Diba? So, dito si 1x, ito naman si 3y. So, connect po natin, and this is now the graph of our linear function. Okay, linear function. So, yan po yung first method po natin. Tapos yung second method natin ay graphing linear function using the x intercept and y x-intercept. Ano po ba yung x-intercept? So, yung x-intercept po is the abscissa of the coordinates of the point in which the graph intersects the x-axis. So, it is a point on the graph where y is 0. Okay? So, tapos yung y-intercept is the ordinate or the ordinate of the coordinates of the point in which the graph intersects the y-axis. So, it is a point on the graph where x is equal to 0. So, para po mas maintindihan po natin, we will go to our example. We have here. But before that, remember that the linear equation can be graphed by using x-intercept and x-intercept A, y-intercept B. Okay, then the x and y-intercepts of the line could represent 2 points where A and 0 and 0 and B. Diba? Yung first point ay A, yung x, tapos 0 yung y. Diba? A is our x-intercept. Then, tapos yung pangalawang point ay 0 yung x, tapos si y is b. Diba? Ito yung y-intercept. Thus, the intercepts are enough to graph the linear equation. Okay, so, example. So, gagamitin natin yung example kanina. Sa first method, we have here graph the equation y is equal to 2x plus 1 using the x and y-intercept method. So, identifying the y-intercept, since the equation y is equal to 2x plus 1 is in the slope-intercept form, diba? Slope-intercept form, that is y is equal to mx plus b. mx plus b. Tapos yung b po natin ay yan po yung y-intercept. So, therefore, this is in a form of y is equal to mx plus b, diba? Or the slope-intercept form, then the y-intercept is 1. Okay, so thus the ordered pair will be 0 and 1. Diba? Yung ordered pair natin, 0 si x, 1 po si y. 1 is our y-intercept. Okay, so balik po tayo ng konti dito. Ito po siya, diba? 0 si x, ito po siya si y, which is our b. Okay, since yung example po natin ay naka-slope intercept form na po siya, so automatic, yung 1 or yung constant po natin ay yan po yung value ni b, which is our y-intercept. Okay, so next, we have here solving the x-intercept. So to solve the x-intercepts, just substitute the value of y, which is 1. 0. Value of y with 0 in the equation. Okay, substitute natin yung value ni y. Diba? Value ni y is 0. Or, kumbaga, we will let y is equal to 0 para po makuha natin yung value ni x. Kasi, isa na lang ang variable na naiwan, which is x. Pag 0 si y. Okay, so nagiging ganito. Y is equal to 2x plus 1. Diba? Yung function mo natin. Then we will let y is equal to 0. Since y is equal to 0, so nagiging ganito. 0 is equal to 2x plus 1. Then, nagiging ganito. Negative 2x is equal to 1. Kumbaga, nilipat natin yung merong variable na x sa left side ng ating equation. Tapos yung naiwan sa right side ay yung constant na 1 using the property of equality. So, we will add both sides by negative 2x. Okay, so kaya nagiging ganito. Negative 2x is equal to 1. So, we will get the value of x. So, we will divide both sides by negative 2 or simply multiply both sides by negative 1/2 para ma-eliminate natin si negative 2 dito. So, nagiging ganito. Tapos, simplify. Our final answer is x is equal to, this is negative 1/2. Okay, so negative 1/2 to. Okay, negative 1/2. So the ordered pair is negative 1/2 and 0. Okay, so by the way, this is negative 1/2. Okay, negative 1/2 and 0. Yan po yung second ordered pair po natin. So now, we can now graph the linear functions ating Cartesian coordinate plane. So, nagiging ganito yun. Now, plot the x and y intercepts and then connect them. Okay? So, yung kanina, di ba, 0 si x, yung y intercept po natin ay 1. So, ito na po siya. 0 sa x, yung y-intercept is 1. Ito po siya. Tapos yung x-intercept po natin, di ba? Negative 1/2 and 0. So, dito po si negative 1/2. Papunta sa left. From 0, papunta sa left. Kung ito po yung negative 1 po natin, then this is our negative 1/2. Tapos, yung y is 0. And then, i-connect po natin. Then, this is now our graph. Di ba? Makapareho lang sila nung sa kanina example. Di ba? Using 2 points. Okay. So, this is the graph of our function y is equal to 2x plus 1. So, we have here exercise. Okay, so just try to answer this one. Graph the linear equation that passes through the given pairs of points. So, all you have to do is just graph this one. Letter A, we have 1 and 2. Yung first point po natin. Tapos yung second point is 3 and 4. So, just graph this one. Tapos, connect lang yung, yung dalawang points. Then, that is the graph of this function. Okay? Okay, so, linear equation that passes through this pair of points. Okay, so that's it for our lesson 1. And for our lesson 2, we have graphing linear function. So, since we're talking about graphing linear function, that involves slope of a line. Diba? So, slope of a line refers to the steepness of a line. It can be solved using the formula y is equal to rise over run. Diba we have this one sa ating first quarter, sa ating linear equation. Y is equal to rise over run. Rise, diba, change in the y-axis, and then run is change in the x-axis or the horizontal. Okay, so slope, once again, slope is refers to the steepness of a line. Okay, so graphing linear function using slope and 1 point. Diba kanina sa lesson 1, may dalawang method po tayo, yung using 2 points at saka x and y intercept. And for our lesson 2, still graphing linear function, meron din po tayong method, yung tinatawag natin graphing linear function using the slope and 1 point. So, slope at saka 1 point. So, in graphing linear function using a slope and 1 point, you need to follow the steps. First, plot the given point. Diba, given yung isang point. So, plot natin. Then, find the other point using the given slope. Meron kasing slope na given kasi slope and 1 point. So, hahanapin natin yung isang point using that given slope. Then, connect the 2 points with a line. Okay, so we have here, example, graph the linear function given the point P, which is negative 2 and negative 1. And our slope is 3 over 5. Okay, so i-graph natin to. So, step 1, plot the point. To, point P, negative 2, negative 1. And then, determine another point on the graph using the slope 3 over 5 or 3/5. So this means, di ba, slope is y is equal to rise over run. So it means, ito numerator po natin, yan po yung rise, di ba? Tapos yung denominator po natin ay run, di ba? Itong ang rise is 3, run is 5. Okay, so using our point P, which is negative 2 and negative 1, as a starting point, we move 3 units upward since rise 3 units, 3 and 5 units to the right, di ba? Positive 3 kasi positive 3 kasi yung numerator natin. So it means papunta sa taas. Tapos yung denominator natin ay positive 2 papunta sa right, which is our run. Then by then we reach the point Q, which is ang coordinate po niya ay positive 3 and positive 2. And then connect points P and Q with a line to obtain the graph of the linear function. So ito po yung gagawin natin. Ipakita ko po sa inyo. So, we have here the graph. Graph the linear function given the point P, negative 2 and negative 1, and slope 3 over 5 of its graph. Okay. So, plot natin si point P. Ito si point P. Di ba? Negative 2. This is our 0. So, negative 1, negative 2. Then, our y is negative 1. So, papunta dito sa baba. This is our negative 1. So, ito si point P. Tapos, meron tayong given na slope na 3 over 5. 3 is rise, change in y-axis. 5 is run, change in x-axis. So, positive 3 and positive 5. So, it means kapag positive, papunta sa taas or upward. Tapos, yan po yung rise. Tapos, yung ating run ay positive. So, it means going to the right. So, nagiging ganito. From point P, rise po natin ay 3 units. So, let's count. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Tapos, we have the value of run, which is positive 5. So, going to the right. So, from here, let's count 5 units going to the right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, this is our point Q. Okay? The second point. Okay? So, since na-identify na po natin yung point Q, which is ang coordinate niya ay positive 3 yung X, ito, positive 3, tapos positive 2 si Y, then we can now connect the 2 points. So, ito na po siya, na-connect na po natin, then, ito po yung graph natin sa ating linear function using the slope and 1 point. Okay, so still on lesson 2 and still graphing linear function. So, graphing linear functions using slope and y-intercept. So, this time, using slope and y-intercept. So, in graphing linear function using a slope and y-intercept, you need to follow the steps. First, plot the given y-intercept. So, meron pong given na y-intercept. Then, find the other point using the given slope. So, merong y-intercept na value at saka slope. Tapos, hahanapin natin yung isang point. Then, connect the 2 points with a line. So, medyo makaparehis lang ng konti doon sa ating kanina, yung using a slope and a point. Di ba? So, we have here the example. Okay? So, graph the linear function given the y-intercept 2. Okay? So, 2 po yung y-intercept natin. And the slope, negative 4 over 3 of this graph. Di ba? Yung negative 4, yan po yung rise. Yung positive 3, yan po yung ating run. Okay, so step 1, with the given y-intercept 2, you will have the point 0 and 2. Since y-intercept, di ba, pag y-intercept, 0 po si x. So, ang kanyang coordinate ay 0 and positive 2. Yung positive 2, ayan po yung y-intercept. Then, locate point P. Okay, point P. 0 and 2 on the y-axis. This will be your starting point. So, i-plot natin to. Yung given na y-intercept na 2 or simply as 0 si x, 2 si y. Step 2, determine another point on the graph using the slope, which is negative 4 over 3. This means our rise is negative 4. Since negative yung rise natin, so going down, pababa po tayo. Tapos yung run natin ay positive, so papunta sa right. Okay, so ito, since the rise is less than 0, we move 4 units downward, then run 3. So we move 3 units to the right. With that, we reach the point S, which is 3 and negative 2. Okay, so ito, para mas maintindihan po natin, we have here the graph. Okay, so connect point P and S with a line to obtain the graph of the linear function. So, we have here the given y-intercept, which is positive 2. So, yung coordinate ng ating y-intercept na positive 2 ay 0 si x, tapos positive 2 si y. So, plot natin. We have here 2. Diba? 0 and positive 2. Then, we have a slope negative 4 over 3. So, since negative 4 yung rise natin, so, going downward. So, from here, we will count 4 units. Okay, so, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. So, dito tayo sa negative 2. So, rise. So, that is our y. That change in y. Then, we have 3 units na run. So, change in x or horizontal. So, from here, count po tayo ng 3 units going to the right since positive. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is now our second point. Diba? Positive 3 and negative 2. Bakit positive 3? Dito po siya, oh. Diba? Okay, positive 3 and negative 2. So, this is our second point, which is point S. So, now, connect po natin yung dalawang point. This one. And then, we have now the graph of this linear function using the y-intercept and a slope. Okay, so that's it for our lesson 1 and lesson 2. The methods on how to graph linear function. Okay, first, using 2 points. Second is using the x and the y intercept. Third is using the slope and a point, di ba? And then the last one is using the y-intercept and a slope. Okay, so for our lesson 3, we have here problems involving linear functions. So linear relationships are often used to model real-life situations. Below is an example of a word problem where linear functions are applied. So word problems pa tayo. Example, Josie works as a crew in a fast food center where she earns 50 pesos per hour. So ito si Josie, nagtatrabaho po sa isang fast food, tapos 50 pesos per hour yung sahod niya. Make a table that relates the number of hours that she works, which is X, okay, number of hours, X po natin, and her pay, ibig sabihin yung sahod niya, which is our Y. Write an equation representing this relation, then draw the graph that shows the relationship. Okay, so we have here the solution. The table shows the number of hours X that Josie works and her corresponding pay, which is Y. Diba? Yung hours po ay si X, tapos yung sahod or pay niya ay Y. So, number of hours, we have here X, pay, sahod niya ay Y. So, pag magtatrabaho sa ng 1 hour, so ibig sabihin, ang kanyang sahod ay 50 pesos. Diba? Kasi 50 pesos per hour. If 2 hours siyang magtatrabaho, ang sahod niya ay 100 pesos. Kung 3 hours, 150. Kung 4 hours, 200. At kung 5 hours ay 250. So, this is the table. Diba? Okay. So, that corresponds the hours and pay of Josie. Now, since the value of Josie's pay, Y, diba? Yung kanyang sahod, depends on the number of hours that she worked. Di ba? Nakadepende yung sahod niya kung ilang oras po siya nagtatrabaho. And she is paid by 50 pesos per hour. The equation will be, di ba? Kasi hinahanap din po natin yung equation. Okay, since 50 pesos per hour yung sahod niya, tapos si Y is dependent. Di ba? Nagdepende po siya kung ilang oras nagtatrabaho si Josie. So, ang ating equation ay Y is equal to 50 times X. Diba? Kasi if we put value ni X, kung nagtatrabaho sa isang 1 hour, so it means 50 times 1. So our Y is 50. Okay? If she works 2 hours, so our X is 2. So 50 times 2, then our Y is 100. Diba? Okay. So we have here at the right is a graph of the function showing the relationship of number of hours that Josie works X and her pay Y. So, we have here the graph. Si X is number of hours. At si Y is our amount in pesos, yung kanyang sahod. So, kung magtatrabaho sa ng 1 hour, ito 1 hour, ang kanyang sahod ay 50 pesos. Okay, we have here the point. Then, kung 2 hours, kanyang sahod ay 100 pesos. Diba? Kung 3 hours, ang kanyang sahod ay 150 pesos. Kung 4 hours, ang kanyang sahod ay 200 pesos. At kung 5 hours, ang kanyang sahod ay 250 pesos. And we can now connect the points. So, this is now the graph of the function showing the relationship of number of hours that Josie works and her pay. Okay? Number of hours at ang kanyang sahod. Okay? So, that's it for our Module 5, ating second quarter, Module 5 ng ating Grade 8 Mathematics. Once again, it's me, Teacher Koy of EClass Tutorial. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video.